There's a hidden cost of living in Virginia Beach that catches almost every military family off guard. It's not the rent, it's not the mortgage, and nobody puts it into the welcome aboard packet. I'm going to tell you what it is at the end of this video. But first, 10 regrets. The expensive, stressful, I wish somebody had told me kind that military families make when they PCS to Virginia Beach. And that 10th one, the hidden cost, it's the one that blindsides families the hardest. Stay until the end. You need to hear this before you even think about packing a single box. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Megan Luker. 30 years as a retired Navy wife, 35 years helping families buy and sell real estate across Virginia Beach and Hampton Roads. I specialize in the truths other agents skip. The real numbers, the real commutes, the real neighborhoods. Especially for veterans, active duty, and surviving spouses using a VA loan who are PCSing to Norfolk, Oceana, Little Creek, or Dam Neck. Now, if you haven't seen my deep dive video, What Nobody Tells You About Living in Virginia Beach PCS Guide 2026, I highly recommend pausing this and opening that one in a new tab, because today we are taking that foundation and focusing strictly on the major regrets. Today we are going through the top 10 regrets military families have after moving to Virginia Beach, so you can avoid making the same costly mistakes. Let's get into today's video. The very first regret is the commute, but not your average rush hour. This is the tunnels. Virginia Beach is part of a region called Hampton Roads. Water is everywhere, and water means tunnels, the HRBT, the downtown tunnel, the midtown tunnel, the Monitor Merrimack. A home that looks like a breezy 10-mile drive from the base on Google Maps can turn into a soul-crushing hour of gridlock. One accident inside a tunnel does not shut down a lane. It shuts down the entire region for hours. I actually drove the morning rush hour commute from 3 different Virginia Beach starting points to Naval Station Norfolk for this channel. The resort area is 35 to 45 minutes on a normal morning. Kensville is 25 to 35 minutes. Little Neck and Great Neck are 20 to 28 minutes. Those are real numbers from real drives, not Google Map at 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. The regret is falling in love with a listing photo before ever mapping the route. If a tunnel sits between your home and your duty station, think twice. And the second regret hits the same place, your wallet. A lot of families see their basic allowance for housing for this area and think they are set. Then they get here. The median listing price in Virginia Beach is pushing past $480,000. The rental market is fiercely competitive for anything family-sized in a strong school zone. Military town does not mean cheap housing, not anymore. Your 2026 BAH might cover a basic rental, but it probably will not cover it in the highly desirable neighborhoods everyone is fighting over. An E6 with dependents gets $2,559 a month, and E5 gets $2,430. When you look at current home prices, those numbers get stretched incredibly thin. Do the budget math before you get here, not after. Regret number 3, flooding. Virginia Beach is a coastal city with a serious relationship with water. And I'm not talking about the pretty ocean kind. I'm talking about a heavy rainstorm at high tide that puts your entire street and your car underwater. No hurricane required. The regret is falling in love with a house and never checking the flood zone. A family on a tight PCS timeline sees a home at a price that works. They do not ask about flood risk. They find out that they have moved into that home and it is in a designated flood zone. And now they are on the hook for flood insurance that can run hundreds to thousands of dollars a year. Make flood zone verification a non-negotiable step. Ask about the home's flood history. Drive through the neighborhood after a rain and look at the drainage. This one step will save you a world of financial pain. Regret number 4, the sound of freedom. Virginia Beach is the home to NAS Oceana, the Navy's master jet base on the East Coast. That sound is real and it's loud. And some days it feels like it does not even stop. Conversations that have to pause mid-sentence. Babies jolted awake from naps. A roar that literally shakes the windows. The Navy operates around the clock. Your complaint call is not going to change the flight pattern. If you have young kids, sensory sensitivities, or a spouse who works from home, pull up the AICUZ maps. That's AICUZ maps. Those are air installation compatible use zones. They show you exactly where the high noise areas are. Better yet, drive to the neighborhood you are considering. Park your car. Sit there at different times of the day and just listen. Be honest with yourself about your family's noise tolerance. It's much better to live a few miles further away in peace than right next to the base in misery. Regret number 5, the summer siege. People move here for the beach. They've learned fast that from Memorial Day to Labor Day, the city completely transforms. A massive flood of tourists clogs every road, fills every restaurant, and turns a spontaneous trip to the oceanfront into a logistical nightmare. That quick grocery store run now takes twice as long. Your favorite restaurant on a Friday night, 2-hour wait. Finding parking anywhere near the beach becomes a full contact sport. The very thing that drew you here becomes the one thing you avoid for 3 months of the year. The locals learn fast. Back roads, Tuesday morning shopping, off the beaten path from the beaches. You will learn this too, but you should know it before coming. Regret number 6, the revolving door of friendships. One of the best things about Virginia Beach is the massive military community. You are surrounded by people who get the lifestyle. The flip side is it's incredibly transient. Just when you and your kids find your people and build that support system, new PCS orders drop and your friends are gone. For military spouses, it can feel especially isolating, starting from scratch every few years. And our kids feel it too, saying goodbye to their best friends over and over. The families I've seen handle this best are the ones who put down roots outside of the military bubble. Community groups, city sport leagues, volunteer organizations, a local faith community. These connections tend to be more stable. They give your family that sense of continuity that is sometimes missing when your social life is tied to the military timeline. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now, take a breath. Having a retired Navy wife in your corner means you do not have to figure this out alone. I put together a free military relocation guide for Hampton Roads. It breaks down school districts, gives the real scoop on neighborhoods near Oceana, Norfolk, and Little Creek, and covers the hidden pain points no welcome aboard packet is going to mention. No strings attached. Just text me or email me. My info is in the description below, and I will send it right over. My entire mission is to help military families make a smooth move, not a stressful one. Regret number 7, the school zone gamble. Virginia Beach has some strong public schools, but school zoning lines can be confusing, and they sometimes change. I've seen families sign a lease or a mortgage in a rush, and only to find out they are zoned for a completely different school than they thought. Do not trust a real estate website or word of mouth for school information. Take your specific address to the Virginia Beach City Public Schools website and use the official zone locator tool. If you have to call the register, call. Verify it twice. Regret number 8, thinking Virginia Beach is the only option. Hampton Roads is an entire region of connected but very different cities. If you're stationed at Naval Station Norfolk, living in most of Virginia Beach guarantees a daily tunnel or highway commute. That same family might find a bigger, more affordable home with a shorter drive in Chesapeake or Norfolk, but they never looked because their mental map stopped at the Virginia Beach city line. Think of this as a move to Hampton Roads, not just Virginia Beach. Regret number 9, showing up unprepared for the housing market. The competition here is fierce, especially during summer PCS season. The market moves at the speed of military orders. I have watched families burn through their TLE money in a hotel for weeks because they were not pre-approved. Their paperwork was not organized, and they couldn't pull the trigger fast enough. If you're buying, get fully pre-approved with a lender who knows VA loans inside and out. If you are renting, having a digital folder ready to go with every document is helpful. Proof of your income, letters of reference, a generic application already filled out. When you find the right place, you have to be able to move. Regret number 10, the hidden costs. This is the one you've been waiting for. Virginia has a state income tax. That is a rude awakening for families coming from Florida or Texas. And Virginia Beach and most cities here charge an annual personal property tax on your vehicles. That is a surprise bill for hundreds of dollars per car every single year. Now, active duty non-residents and their spouses often qualify for exemptions under the Service Members Civil Relief Act and the Military Spouses Residency Relief Act. But you have to file the proper paperwork and submit an annual LES to the Commissioner of the Revenue. Nobody is going to chase you down to tell you about that exemption. You have to know it exists and you have to file it yourself. Do the tax recon before the movers arrive. Okay, let's wrap it up. Regret number 1, the tunnel trap. Map your commute before you map your house hunt. Regret number 2, the BAH illusion. BAH does not stretch as far as you think. Run the budget math first. Regret number 3, ignoring your flood maps. Flooding is real inexpensive. Check the flood zone before you check the listing. Regret 4, the sound of freedom. Jet noise from NAS Oceana. Pull up the AQ's maps. Regret 5, the summer siege. Tourist season changes the city from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Learn the local playbook. Regret 6, revolving door friendships. Military friendships are transient. Build roots outside of the bubble. Regret 7, the school zone gamble. School zones are confusing. Verify with the official tool, not a website. Regret 8, tunnel vision. Virginia Beach is not the only city in Hampton Roads. Zoom out. Regret 9, housing hunt surprise. The housing market moves fast, show up pre-approved and paper ready. And regret 10, hidden costs. State income tax and car tax are real. File your exemptions and budget for the rest. Next week, I'm breaking down Virginia Beach versus Chesapeake side by side. Commute, housing costs, neighborhoods, schools, and the trade-offs nobody talks about before you sign. But if you want to keep learning about this area right now, go watch my full breakdown, What Nobody Tells You About Living in Virginia Beach, PCS Guide 2026, which I've linked right here on the screen. If you want to sit down and talk through which neighborhood actually fits your situation, look below and book a Zoom call with me. Real numbers, real neighborhoods, and no pressure. And if this video helped you, subscribe. I post every week breaking down Virginia Beach neighborhoods, PCS decisions, and everything military families need to know before they get here. Welcome home. This is Real Life Virginia Beach.